watching News 12 live at 5 continues.
We are learning more tonight about an incident that led up to the arrest of a man accused of having a gun on the Evans High School campus. 18-year-old Stefan Townsend is facing several charges, including pointing or aiming a gun at another person and having a weapon on school grounds.
Another person was arrested, but we are not showing his mugshot because he is facing lesser charges.
Authorities say all of this began after a parking lot monitor noticed two people on the campus of Evans High School and then told them to leave. Our Nick Veland is live at the Sanctuary Church in Evans, right across from the school. And Nick, walk us through what happened.
Yeah, Meredith, it all started, as you said, in the Evans High School parking lot, which is just beyond the baseball field over there, and that's when their parking lot monitor noticed something was off. A pickup truck was in the wrong spot during drop-off, music was blaring, so the parking lot monitor decided to initiate a conversation, and after some time, the suspects ended up fleeing to right here at the Sanctuary Church across the street, and that's when Associate Pastor Ricky Cole looked out his window to see at least 5 Columbia County police cars. The parking lot monitor told him the suspects drove to the parking lot where they were arrested. Police say a gun was found on one of the two suspects, and Pastor Cole says this could have been much, much worse.
That would have been catastrophic. We have a Mother's Day Out program here. You don't want that happening on anywhere, but especially on your property. It could have really gotten out of hand.
And coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll have more on the parking lot monitors in Columbia County and how this one stepped in and stopped the situation.
All right, thanks for that, Nick. Obviously, anytime a gun is involved and you're talking about a school campus and a Mother's Day Out next door.
And dismissal, too.
Right, scary situation. Glad it was not worse.
Well, very nice October. Just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks for that. Judge today denying bond for a Grovetown man accused of possessing child pornography. 40-year-old Eric Longacre was arrested late last month after the GBI found more than 100,000 files of child pornography. Now, all of this was discovered through a tip to the GBI's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Today in court, a judge denied bond over flight risk concerns. Longacre is charged with 3 counts of child pornography with even more charges pending.
New Ellenton is hoping to follow in the footsteps of Aiken County and introduce an animal ordinance. Now, this would deal with a wide spread of issues, including nuisance animals, abuse, tethering, and rabies control. One nonprofit worker says that she sees many dogs sleeping with chains with no dog houses. She says it's less about animal cruelty and more about a lack of education on what pets need. All new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, our Sydney Hood takes a closer look at what this could mean for New Ellenton if approved.
A growing homelessness issue in Orangeburg tonight is prompting city council leaders to find a new way to address the issue. A proposed urban camping ordinance would have made it illegal for the homeless to live on the streets or in parks. The city administrator tabled this ordinance, however, after community protest. Shelters in the area say they're at capacity and that the ordinance would just punish people for being homeless.
Think about this. If you're homeless, you don't have money to pay a fine.
No, it's hurting. If you're homeless, you're homeless. So I can go to jail, right? And y'all can take care of me instead of just letting me sleep in the park.
A new coalition now being formed to find a solution to this issue. They will meet later this month.
More than 140 students across 8 Richmond County schools are receiving national recognition for their test scores. This includes 103 students who were named AP Scholars for their outstanding AP exam scores and GPAs. Just some of the schools that were nationally recognized students include the Academy of Richmond County, Cross Creek High School, Butler High School, and Westside High School. And of course, a big congratulations to these students in their hard work.
More than 2 million people across the East Coast are getting ready to participate in the Great Southeast Shakeout. Tomorrow, schools, medical facilities, families, and businesses will practice earthquake drills at 10:19 a.m. Both state and federal agencies also participate in this. The idea, just be prepared for what you need to do in the event of an earthquake. Just some of the places participating tomorrow include Aiken County Schools, Fort Gordon's Army Cyber Command, and some healthcare facilities in both Georgia and South Carolina. To learn more, you can go to shakeout.org.
Well, new tonight, a push to make your power more reliable. The Department of Energy is now investing nearly $500 million to improve Georgia's outdated power grid.
Our State House reporter Abby Kasoris was with the U.S. Secretary of Energy today in Henry County as she paid our state a special visit.
Across the country, there are more than 5,500 substations just like this one. Aging infrastructure and a lack of funding mean a county could be more susceptible to power outages, which is why this substation is one of dozens across the country getting an upgrade.
The black lines are existing transmission infrastructure we have in the area. They're all vulnerable.
Yeah, of course.
This station's built in 2007.
U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm is taking a closer look at a plan to improve the Peaksville substation in Locust Grove.
Remote and rural and underserved communities who overwhelmingly do bear the burden of unreliable grid infrastructure.
According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, Georgia ranks in the top half of the country for power grid reliability. Yet in Georgia, every 2 hours, there's an outage. On average, an outage lasts just under 2 hours. Each year, Georgians spend roughly 24 hours in the dark.
When disaster strikes, we know there's a big difference between losing power for 5 minutes and losing it for 5 hours or 5 days.
This substation in Middle Georgia is one of 58 projects identified for improvements across the country, and it's one of the biggest. The rest are in Southeast and Southwest Georgia, says Joe Sewell, Vice President of Georgia Transmission.
There's a lot of solar in that area too, which when we build these new facilities, it's going to encourage those solar developers to come in even more.
More than 140 jobs will be created to work on the projects here in Georgia. Most will be from the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. In Locust Grove, I'm Abby Kasoris.
And there are a total of 18 counties in Georgia that will benefit from these upgrades. This includes Screven County in the southern part of the CSRA.
The annual Mr. and Miss Augusta University competition is happening this evening. Tonight, the reigning Mr. and Miss Augusta University will crown their successors during the ceremony. This all starts at 7 o'clock at the Maxwell Theater on the Somerville campus. Tickets will be $7 for the public, and you saw him there. Our very own meteorologist, Mikhail Hannah Harding, is one of the judges. He's not in the running for Mr. Augusta University, by the way.
I don't know. Well, hidden hair hazards coming up. A potential ban on hair products largely marketed to black women that could be linked to cancer. Riley?
And we do have another chilly night and down to the 40s, and then we are tracking that next chance for rain showing up by Friday. We'll have the full forecast coming up.
Time and just give us a call. It's all night.
Well, it has been unseasonably cool here in our area lately, but in parts of western North Carolina, people are already experiencing their first bit of snow for the season, and Will is so excited he can't contain it.
That's awesome. Flurries of snow have been spotted along the Blue Ridge Parkway, where temps took a dip into the 30s. Am I the only one that goes outside and I actually enjoy the weather right now? I love when it starts to get cooler.
It's not bad. Okay, I will say the snow and the frost is gorgeous with the changing leaves.
But you hate the actual temperature.
I don't like it to be cold, no. I'm the biggest
a cold
whip
person.
in the world.
That is the thing. They're kind of in their peak leaf season, but since they already saw that freeze and snow, it probably knocked out a lot of the leaf and the good color, at least those higher elevations. But that is very beautiful right there. And can't beat a good drive on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and definitely some scenic views when there is some white stuff out there. And luckily, we're no snow in our forecast just yet, but we are going to see some rain.
Thanks, Riley. The FDA is looking to tighten regulations on hair straightening products.
The agency is proposing to ban certain hair straightening products such as chemical relaxers and pressing products. Brittany Ford explains how some salons are already responding.
Shavela Joyner is owner of Beyond Shears Hair Studio in Midtown, who specializes in transitioning women off chemical relaxers.
The hydration machine is a really good treatment for women who want to transition over, especially getting away from relaxers.
A trend she says has grown given reports that's linked the treatment to cancer. And the FDA could soon step up regulations. The agency looking to ban certain hair straightening products such as chemical relaxers and pressing products. The proposal would specifically relate to products that contain formaldehyde, a chemical that has been tied to health risks.
A number of factors can influence a woman's risk to go on to develop cancer, but this is one potential source of exposure to chemicals and potentially carcinogens that women could be aware of and could make choices to not use these products.
Joyner says there are several alternatives.
It naturally smooths your scalp out, so in case you want to do a nice silk press or any type of extension service or color, this will help keep your hair straight.
She says it's one of the reasons why more black women are choosing to go natural.
You respect later on down the line that you're not putting a product in the client hair that might cause cancer or any type of illness later on with their health later on down the line.
Now, this proposed ban is still in the early stages, though some hair salons are already transitioning away from using these products. According to the FDA's website, once the ban is proposed, it will go into a public comment period before the agency decides whether or not to move forward.
It's about to become even harder to find DVDs. This is one of the nation's largest retailers going to stop carrying them. I'm Jamie Tucker. Coming up, which is better, DVDs or streaming? We're going to find out.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group. It's
Well, Best Buy confirms it will stop selling DVDs in its stores after the holidays.
Well, many of us can remember when DVDs were the height of technology.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Okay,
Don't
good.
worry, guys.
Okay, good.
Don't worry.
All right. Thank you. Then I don't feel like a dinosaur for once. But now they're going extinct thanks to streaming services and the internet. But as our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker explains, now everybody is ready to get rid of DVDs.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
If you have watched a movie at home recently, you probably streamed it. Streaming is convenient. You have a library of thousands of movies at your fingertips. But have you wondered how the quality of a movie on Netflix or Max compares to the video quality of a DVD? Now, to find out, I picked up a Blu-ray copy of the movie Signs, which also happens to be streaming on Max.
You heard it. I think I did it.
This is the streaming version. It's fine for most people, and if you don't have a side-by-side comparison, you may not notice a difference. But the Blu-ray version is noticeably more detailed.
Are you hurt?
Dark scenes look better, skin is smoother, maybe more noticeable is the audio. A Blu-ray has lossless audio, and if you've got a home theater with surround sound, you can hear a big difference. That isn't much of a surprise. Streaming, even movies in 4K, must be compressed for bandwidth, so they'll play over the internet without buffering or hanging up. That compression from streaming sacrifices details of both video and sound quality. And the larger the TV, the more noticeable the compression is going to be. And while Best Buy will no longer have DVDs in stores, you can still find them online, and you can still rent them at Redbox kiosks like this one. And Blu-ray DVD players are still available for under $100. And another big difference, if you purchase a streaming movie on Amazon Prime, you're actually purchasing a license to watch that movie as many times as you want. If there's a licensing issue, if Amazon removes it from its service, you won't be able to watch that movie even if you paid for it. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Best Buy explains it will no longer sell DVDs in stores due to declining sales and to make room for other electronics. It will, though, continue to sell video games on DVD.
Well, close your ears for this one. In Georgia's game on Saturday against Vanderbilt, tight end Brock Bowers suffered a high ankle sprain and is expected to miss most, if not all, of the regular season now.
I hate that.
Yeah,
and I mean, I hate that not even because it's my team, my quarterback. I just hate it when anyone gets hurt. News 12 Sports Director Dan Booth joins us now at the latest on Georgia's all-world tight end, who many believe is one of the best offensive players in the country.
Meredith and Will, Brock Bowers is one of one, and he was originally expected to be out for 4 to 6 weeks after having surgery on that high ankle sprain on Monday. But Kirby Smart now tells us there is no timetable for the return of his star tight end. This injury to Bowers couldn't have come at a worse time because after their bye week this week, they traveled down to Jacksonville to face the Gators, followed by 3 straight games against Missouri, Ole Miss, and Tennessee, who are all currently ranked, before ending the regular season at Georgia Tech. It won't be easy for the Dogs to deal with losing their star tight end, and Kirby says in a very unique way that it's all hands on deck moving forward.
if they think that one guy's going to replace Brock Bowers, they're wrong. And if anybody thinks they got to be Superman, they don't need to be on our team because they'll be disappointed. Superman is not real. He's dead. He's not alive. So like he's not real. So you can't try to be that guy.
During the Dogs bye week, they have the opportunity to assemble the Avengers, the Justice League, and whoever else they can bring together before traveling down to Jacksonville to take on the Gators next weekend. And don't even think about changing the channel because the Under the Lights Top 5 Plays of the Week from this week of the high school football season is coming your way on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks for that, Dan. Luckily, by Friday evening, it looks like we should be dry from that rain pushing through earlier into the day Friday, and we're looking at a nice weekend on tap as well. Now look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
When it comes to memory.
Welcome back. A live view from our tower cam looking towards Topgolf, the movie theater. We got a beautiful afternoon to get outside if you have any evening plans. Temperatures will cool off quickly. We're already down into the upper 60s after seeing those highs in the low 70s this afternoon. So expect the 50s once we get an hour or two past sunset. So if you're heading out to the fair, I definitely grab the jacket. Even though it feels good out there right now, temperatures will cool off pretty quickly. If you can't make it to the fair tonight, great fair weather again on Thursday. The really only the day we have to worry about this week for maybe some rain is going to be on Friday. So any fair plans Friday evening, there could be some rain early into the evening, but better later into our Friday night. Here's a look at our hour by hour. So clear skies tonight. We will still notice more clouds showing up tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be a sign of the rain moving in by Friday. Remember, we could see an early shower Friday and even into the afternoon as well. So rain gear definitely needed. Luckily, the weekend does look much nicer with sunshine.
All right, we'll take it. Thanks for that, Riley, and thanks for staying with us for News 12 Live at 5. Richard Rogers in the studio now for News 12 at 6 o'clock. Laura Warren on the way. Don't go anywhere.
This is not you.